Day. Now, as we talked Wednesday, I told you that exactly where we were at the time is what I told you. Hadn't talked to the guys. Going back the early part of the week, I talked to the guys earlier in the week and told them we were going to go through the week and let them know exactly who would be starting this weekend. That's exactly what we did. I know some of you were able to guess right and kind of jumped the gun a little bit. Both guys have been told Kyle Allen will start this week. Reasons why, I mean, it's like that for all positions. There comes a time when you feel like you need to, you're always looking for the best option that gives you the best chance to win, and that's where we are right now. Hey, we'll need both guys, and as I said, right after the game and all week, there's a lot of other things that we have to do better. Protection has to be better, no matter who our quarterback is. But hopefully that'll be the case, and which will give us a better chance to win football games. So that's where we are. Take your question.
Lovie, when you look at the decision, what did Kyle do and show you?
I mean, I'm just going to kind of, I go in over every little detail. We've named the starter. To become a starter, we feel like you give us the best chance to win. Everything the quarterback position has to do, protecting the football, decisions in the pocket, when to run, all those things come into play with that. That's why we're in this situation right now. I feel like, and when a guy is a starter, I feel like he should have an opportunity to really show exactly who he is, a body of work. I feel like we have a body of work right now that leads us to go into this Miami game this way.
Where do you hope this decision impacts Mills and his long-term progression? How did you kind of...
We really don't think about it that way, Brooks. I mean, what gives us the best chance? We feel like against Miami. Short term. Everything's short term with where we are. We're trying to get a win. We're trying to play better football. So this decision is just based around that.
How did Davis take it?
I mean, we'll keep all that to us. I mean, you have the starter right now. How would any competitor take it? I mean, he's been playing, and of course he's not thrilled about it, but who would be?
Coach, would this be, a decision just for the Miami Dolphins as of right now? Would this be are you taking it like a week-by-week basis on who would be the starter?
We take it day by day with everybody. So we naming lifetime starters. No, that's not the case at all. This is what we think we need to do for this game. It's that way for every position. If we don't feel like that option that we have that's getting the most reps that's giving us our best chance to win, may be the case for other positions this week for that matter. And I don't plan on all of a sudden announcing starters on Tuesday, Wednesday. We're not going to do that. We're going to go through the week, just like we handle this situation. At the end of the week, we'll let guys know exactly which direction we go.
What is it about Davis Mills that he needs to work on behind the scenes too?
I think there's a lot of things, all of the above. It's just not one soundbite that I can give you for that. Davis needs to do this. He's not going to start this week because of that. It's a body of work. It's a lot of things that goes into every position. So that's what it is. And your roles change throughout the course of a year. Throughout the course of a game, your role may change. And we can need Davis sooner than later, as far as that's concerned.
Lovie, you touched on it Monday, but what impressed you with Kyle in the preseason to make you confident to make this team?
Well, he has a body of work, too. I'm talking about he's played and started, in the NFL. So we have that. It's not like this be the first time he's a rookie going in there for the first time. What we've seen from him here is that he's been here the entire time. So he's had all of the instruction that all of our quarterbacks have had a chance. He was able to play a little bit in the preseason. And I've seen him. He's been going against, when you're in the backup role, you're going against the one defense each day. So we've seen him there, and we feel pretty confident about he can throw the ball. He's mobile enough, and he deserves an opportunity.
Last year when former head coach Cully was here, and he made the same type of switch. He said that he was replacing Tyrod because of ineffectiveness, and that's why he was bringing in bringing in Davis for the rest of the year. Is that something that you all are not willing to commit to just yet, saying why Davis was replaced and what you're going to be doing later going forward?
I was asked earlier, I was told about how another team helmed their changing quarterbacks. And what I told them then is that, what does that have to do with us? And I'm really saying the same thing. What's happened in the past has no bearing on this. This is the way we think we ought to do it right now. And the message to all of our football team is kind of the same. Everybody, now, we're late in the year. Everybody has a body of work. Do we think it's good enough? If we don't think it's good enough, we got to look at another option. It's just as simple as that. It's nothing long-term. It can be long-term. It can be short-term, whatever. It's just that. And we feel good about going into the Miami game with this way.
I asked because everybody who was involved last year is still here this year. You were the defense coordinator.
I was defense coordinator. The head coach is different, period, who's making the final decision. So whatever else happened in those roles, it has no bearing on what we do right now. So what happened, I don't know exactly what all happened back then. I just know how we're doing it right now. How I said we're going to do it early in the week is exactly how we're doing it right now, and that's how we're doing things. I think all of our players understand that.
One of your biggest personnel changes of the year this week, working on the offensive changes, how seeing it in practice, what do you expect is better about this that you've seen so far?
We need to get to the game. I mean, it's not like we changed up our practice. We've exchanged a couple players. Feel good about how we've been practicing. Haven't felt good about how we play. We haven't taken all what we've been doing on the practice field to the game. I'm hoping that'll be the case. And sometimes just your opponent too will bring out the best in you. We're playing one of the best teams in the NFL on how they're playing right now. What a challenge! What a great opportunity for all of our guys. And that's what I'm going to say. It's just we're talking about one guy, but it's a whole lot more than just that.
Last year, when you guys made Davis the starter, you guys showed a lot of support to him. So as of right now, is it a little bit disappointing that you guys have to make this change?
Well, I wish we didn't have to make it. As far as disappointing, I mean, we're all big boys in this business. I think what everybody's looking for is an opportunity. I want all of our players, if they're starters, to feel like they've been given ample time to prove exactly who they are, given that great opportunity. I feel good about the opportunity we've given everyone. If we've made a change at any position, I think there's a body of work that said we should.
Lovie, how tough was this call at this point of the year for you?
Oh, what this call says is that whenever you're making a change, things aren't going well. I mean, that's more the focus is that on how we're playing as a football team right now. And when you're not playing well, decisions like this come. That's just a part of it also. So I wish everything was rolling the way we would like for it, way we envision it happening. And we didn't have to make some of these decisions, but that's where we are. Looking at it the other way, things haven't gone well, and we need to get it better. So we need to make some moves like this to see if we can jumpstart it.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
It's cool for me. This is year 5. I've played every single year of my career. I was undrafted. There's been a lot of adversity. The last start I had was in 2020 when I broke my leg. So this is the first start since breaking my leg. So personally for me, it's kind of a cool, overcoming adversity moment and getting back on the field. It was really tough being injured, and last year kind of still injured, powering through that, and then this year feeling good and being able to get back out there. So personally, it's awesome. I mean, you go into the season just wanting to play your role, but you always want to see time on the field. So I'm excited.
How much does what you've done in the past and now help you in this situation starting this week?
I mean, I think reps and experience, and the more you see things, and even just practice and seeing how this team plays, and just different scenarios, it all helps. Just being able to have played a bunch in my past and seeing tons and tons of looks, it's every year helps.
Take us through this week, just through practice, what it was like up to this point, being named the starter.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't really know anything early in the week. We were just kind of splitting reps, and then today he told me I was playing. But, every week I try and go and put in my mindset like I'm going to play, whether I know I'm not starting or whatever. I might have to play at any point. So it's always been the way in my career. I've been the backup most of my career. I've played a bunch, though, too. But when I'm the backup, I always am in my brain, I got to be ready to play.
Lovie's talking about giving this offense a jump start. What can you do to give it a jump start?
I mean, just execute, I think. I don't think there's anything special that needs to be done or crazy. I just think we need to execute, and we just need to make plays. I think situational football is going to be huge. I think we've struggled in situational football a bunch, so hopefully we can be good in third downs, red zone, 2-minute, just stuff like that. I think those areas are really important in the game, and I think we can improve in those areas. But for me personally, I'm just trying to execute and do what I can do to help the team. It's a team game at the end of the day, so we all got to play good.
You got any opportunities to play with some of the starters? Because normally the backup doesn't get a lot of reps with the starters during the week.
Yeah, not much, to be honest with you. Even in preseason, I mean, Scott, who's been playing center, he was the 2 in preseason, so I did get a lot of reps with Scott. So I'm really comfortable with Scott. But honestly, outside of that, not many. But I always watch all the receivers. I'm good friends and close with all the receivers. That's why for me it's really important for me to just build relationships around the locker room, because when it comes time for me to have to play, these guys got to trust me out there. They got to know who I am. So I think OTAs, training camp throughout the season, it's a real priority of me to build relationships with everybody.
How you've been preparing to play over this time, signing in the off-season, one-year deal coming in here. How did you approach that over the off-season up to this point? I mean, what's that been like so far for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think wherever I signed, wherever it was going to happen, I was going to be ready to play no matter what. I trained in the off-season to get ready to play. It's just football, I come here to hopefully not play the whole season, be a backup. So, ready to play.
You mentioned that this is year 5 for you, but this is only year 2 for Davis. How do you think that something like this could either help him or maybe put a dent in his confidence?
I don't think it'll put a dent in his confidence. I think Davis, I've said this since I got here, I think Davis is extremely talented. And like me early in my career, you just need reps. You need to be able to work through things and maybe hit a little adversity, and how he responds to it can either get better or worse. And I think he's gonna respond to it great. I told him, this isn't over for you. I think a lot of times you were around when I was at Houston. I've been benched in my career. I've been taken off. I've been benched. But I've been through it all. And I think you just keep pushing through it. He's gonna be just fine. He's a really good quarterback, a great person. He gets it. It's just sometimes stuff like this happens, man. You got to push through.
What have you been able to see from Davis from the sideline that you can actually pinpoint and say this is what he needs to work on to get better?
I mean, that's not my job to say that, It's the coach's job. I think Davis has done a great job for what he can do, and there's been obviously some mistakes, and at the quarterback position, turning the ball over is a killer, My second year in the league, I had 15 interceptions, and I had to learn from that heavy, because at the end of the year, I got benched for Will Greer because I turned the ball over too much. So I think you learn from these mistakes, and you just try and change your game and implement things to your game to get better.
What is it about this offense that y'all are trying to get better here? What do you see through it that you can add to it whenever you get out there on Sunday?
It's the same question as them, just execute. It's nothing special. Just got to go out there, execute the game plan. Offense puts the game plan together. Their defense puts the game together. Got to make plays.
Oh, we have a back play. Can you hear some get pushes that though to set up play action, do some other things to get in some more manageable situations?
Yeah, it's great, and we've committed to it too. That's why last game when we were struggling in the run game, it hurts the whole offense. We're a run identity team, so it's great. Damien's played awesome. Rex is obviously a seasoned vet in the league. He's played great, and then Dari's been awesome in the spurts he's got too. So, yeah, we need to get him going on Sunday.
A couple more guys. You got a chance to talk with Pep, and you all sat down and go over game plan yet?
Over the game plan?
With Pep.
It's Friday, man. We've been doing it since Tuesday.
So that's why I asked you if you had taken any reps with the ones leading up.
Oh, you're talking about this week? Yeah, we've been kind of in and out splitting. We didn't know until today who was going to play, so I've had some this week, but over the course of the season, very minimal.
Kyle, where does
Talk
this
about Miami a little bit, facing them, what you see, what is the biggest challenge for this offense going into Miami?
Yeah, Miami, they're a good front. Obviously, trading for Bradley Chubb was huge for them. I think their defense is kind of the way a lot of defenses are going. Now they're going to a 5-man front and playing just man and cover 3 behind it. And I think they don't do much, but what they do it really well. I think they've calmed down the blitz a little bit from last year, but they're still blitzing a lot. And obviously, their offense can put up points at will. So it's gonna be a great challenge. 7-3. McDaniel's got them rolling over there. Tua's playing great. Defense is playing great. I think we're up for the challenge, but it's going to be a great challenge.
Kyle, you've had special moments in your career. Where does this one stack up for you at this juncture?
I mean, I think it's just cool to be able to get the opportunity to go back out there. I think in the NFL, you get opportunities. Like, there's always opportunities to be had. You got to keep taking advantage of them, though. And I feel like over my career, I've done a really good job of taking advantage of opportunities when I've been given them. So I'm always really grateful to get these opportunities because you don't know when they're going to run out.
Through those old opportunities, what is it from those that you've learned that you can apply to this one?
I mean, I think you learn a little bit from everything. You learn a little bit from all your teammates. You learn a little bit from your coaches and situations. I just think for me, the confidence going into this one's probably higher than it's been in the rest of them just because of the experience. I've been through a lot. Early in my career, I was wondering if I was going to make a team my rookie year. I was the 4th-string practice squad guy, and then, made the team. Then I, made practice squad, made backup. Then I got to play. It's just, I think the more and more you play, and the more and more you go through it, your confidence goes up, and so I think probably that would be the most.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.